What's up, everybody? This is video number 2 of 3 for today. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm a little bit behind and I have a few subjects that I thought I'd just bang out all in today. Last video I talked about the concept of being non-judgmental and that there's a little bit of a paradox because humans by nature, we judge. It's part of the way our brain works. So we could cause a lot of guilt by trying to be non-judgmental. And rather than trying to be non-judgmental, realize we're going to be judgmental and rather observe our judgments and question them. And ask yourself, does this make sense? Is this what I really truly believe? Is there any other perspectives on my automatic judgment? And what am I going to choose to believe from this point forward? Rather than just kind of believing every thought that comes into your mind or trying to resist judgment and feeling guilty about it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the morning rituals that I'm trying to stick with on a daily basis and even have develop this habit throughout the day. And that is doing breath work on a daily basis. So doing breathing exercises, kind of like, or meditative type of exercises. And here's why that I'm trying to do this on a daily basis, on a regular, habitual basis. First of all, it will charge your body with oxygen by breathing in an intentional way. And oxygen is needed by our body to produce energy. Our cells in our body actually absorb the oxygen, and to create energy, oxygen is required for that chemical reaction to create energy for our body. So we'll be more energetic. We'll be more calm and more present. So I notice if I have a lot of ideas or a lot of thoughts going on and my thoughts are so heavy I can't even keep track of them, or if I have a stressful mind, that doing breath work for a few minutes will actually calm my mind down, calm my body down, release a lot of stress. It will clear my thinking. It will clear a lot of tension in my body. And it will help me ease into my day if I do it early in the day. Like sometimes I wake up stressed, oh, what do I got to do today? Or what am I doing? I'm tired. I kind of feel stressed out. Sometimes I feel like that in the morning. But after doing some breath work, I feel fine. But if I don't do the breath work, then I might carry that stress into my day. And, you know, if I'm in school right now, if I'm going to class kind of, you know, half stressed, well, that's just going to build throughout the day. But if I clear my slate, then I'll have a lot more energy and fuel and even energy to make my way throughout my day. And also, what I'm going to talk about is some of the methods that I have been practicing over the past few days to keep this practice. So one app that I use on my phone sometimes that I find very useful is called Prana Breath. And it's basically 7 minutes of breathing exercises, and it kind of shows an image and makes a sound of when to breathe in, when to hold, when to breathe out. So you don't really have to do much thinking. All you have to do is follow the sounds, and I find it very easy. And it's only 7 minutes long, and by the end of it, I feel much better. I really notice the difference. The other thing I do sometimes is if I don't have like that app handy, or I just don't feel like using it, I will do counts of 4, so I could kind of pace myself. So I'll breathe in for a count of 4, maybe hold for a couple seconds, and I'll breathe out for a count of 4. So I'll be like, when I breathe in, I'll count to 4 in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a second, then so through the nose and out the mouth, try to make it kind of audible. And actually, I realized breathing through my nose, it's really effective. Instead of trying to suck in through my nose, I actually try to suck in through my throat. So try to, you know what I mean? Like breathe in through my throat with my mouth closed. So I keep my mouth closed but I'm still trying to pull the air in through my breath, and I find it will just pull through my nose all the way, and it'll be a deeper breath, that rather than trying to use my nose to suck it in. I find the breath is a lot deeper and it comes in a lot easier. Other things that I've been trying out are bioenergetics and more charging type of breaths. So there's a method called the Wim Hof method. So that's more when you're charging your body with breath. And there's some science, if you look up WIM space HOFF, I believe. That's how it's spelled. Maybe it's one F. Then you'll know that you'll understand the science behind it. But it's, and I also learned this from Tony Robbins. I watched kind of a guided thing about this, but it's more like kind of like hyperventilating. Do that for a bit, and like I really noticed a difference after that. Like I kind of noticed like my body, this tingling sensation. I could kind of feel like, I don't know, blood flowing through my body, and I'll be really clear-minded and energetic after that. So that's more of a charging breath. And then the other thing, I'll step back for this. I learned this from Elliot Hulse, is that he does bioenergetic exercises. So basically, he does stuff called the bow, where you like bend back. So basically, what that does is when you're stretching and you breathe, like there's the bow where you stretch like this, and you kind of put your hands behind your head, or you can put your hands right up, or the other one is your arms on your back and stretch out. And then as you breathe deep into your body, basically throughout the day there's tension that builds here when you're stressed out or in your stomach. And breathing into it will release all of that tension. And then after I do that, I notice it's actually a lot easier to breathe naturally, because the breath could fall, like it doesn't have all that, like if you're really tense here or in your stomach, let's just say you're stressed out or something, well, that tension will make it harder to take deeper breaths throughout the day. So if I do that for a few minutes and stretch out this part of my body, then it's like it breaks up stress really easily, and then naturally I just breathe deeper throughout the day afterwards. So, that's all I have to say about that. I mean, hopefully you learned something from this. In these videos, as you can see, I'm not really taking them like super seriously. This is more for myself to get into the practice of making videos. So if they're a bit rambly, then so be it. If you enjoy it, then cool. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to make my third video now, and it's going to be about mindfulness meditation. That's what I've been also trying to practice on a daily basis after kind of the breath work. All right, guys. Peace.